Hello, Gemini or Chinese Your horse, mutable, beautiful air. This one is for you. Take what resonates. And of course, thank you guys so much for your support. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, God, Spirit, Universe, for showing up today for the Gemini energy. We have Pay Attention out of the Cannabis Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle, and it is the Erzuli. So it's on page 94. You guys could be 1994 babies if you are. It's a dog year. If you didn't know that, I don't know. Anyway, Erzuli is sometimes called the Black Madonna. Says Tochawa and appears with her dark skin and two scars on her face. She is seen holding a small boy in her arms, T. Jean Petro, to symbolize her fierce will to protect mothers and children. She is referred to as the Iowa in traditional Louisiana or Haitian voodoo, and her garnets serve to remind you of the creature comforts of an intricate vintage emerald green robe with golden detail. This card shows up when you need to look at every point of view. The two scars on her face coming down from the left eye across the cheek signify her being the Iowa of revenge and rage. Where have you been angry or filled with rage about something? How can you shift that energy into something fierce yet nurturing? Urzuli will guide you if this card appears to you, but you must pay attention to every detail and all sides of the story. So, where have you been angry or filled with rage about something? How can you shift that energy into something fierce yet nurturing? Is what they're asking you today, Gemini. Okay, because that's what came through when I was shuffling it, and I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity to tell you what it meant. So we're going to see what this energy is. If it resonates with you, stick around. If it isn't, don't waste your precious time, because we all know time we can't get back, right? Time doesn't stop for anybody. Time doesn't rewind for anybody. Okay, so let's see what this energy is trying to tell us for Gemini, please. We have the Seven of Embers. So you guys get defensive of some things. So that could be like, why do you get so full of rage when somebody says something specific? Where could you shift the energy where you actually are defending still, but not in a out of control type of way, right? So you're not really acting out of a way of rage or anger or resentment in some form. You're actually acting out of a mature, leveled energy, so you can defend in a mature way instead of having to get super angry or super, frustrated. So like if you need time to step away to think things through, say that out loud. Like, I can't talk about this right now. I have to think about this before I start. Because if I start, I'm gonna start yelling, I'm gonna start this, I'm gonna start that, I'm gonna start punching, I'm gonna start whatever it is that you do. And it's okay, it's all acceptable in this sense, because we're just talking about what you guys are being vulnerable about, right? You guys are taking accountability for your actions in a sense, because you are trying to pay attention to things. And this is just a sense of guidance, okay? We've all been there. I don't care what human tries to tell you, they've never been that enraged or that angry about something, because I swear to you, even the person that you would think that wouldn't be that way can be that way. And they may do it just behind closed doors. They just never reveal the true, part of that. But that's because they want to maintain that control of themselves and not let other people see that, right? And we all kind of have that with ourselves. If we're by ourselves, sometimes we do act out and we do freak out. Nobody's around, nobody's watching, so it's not that big of a deal, right? It's just us. But then again, it also hurts us when we're like sitting there screaming, when we're sitting there, whatever it may be. We run out of energy ourselves. We're draining our own energy by doing that. So it is kind of like a sabotaging behavior. So there's something that I do see you kind of trying to shift the energy in a way that it's not so angry. It's a more balanced perspective when you come about something. So if somebody doesn't agree with you, you can always say, well, how you feel about that, your opinion about that, not my business. Because it's not. To truth be told, of all situations, how someone feels about you and what you're doing is technically actually not your business. And the moment you tell them that, they're going to be like, wait, what? Yeah, I'd say it's not my business how you feel about it. It's not my business how you feel about me. It's not my business how you feel about what I'm doing. What is my business is what I am doing, what I want to do, and how I want to do it. That's my business. How you perceive it, that's on you. That's a reflection of themselves, by the way. So then again, if they feel like they could do it better than you, tell them. If you feel like you could do it better than me, do it for yourself. Because I know what I'm doing for me, and I'm going to keep doing for me the way that I've always been doing for me. If I need to change it, I'll change it on my own. I don't need to be told what to do. I don't need to be told to change by somebody else. I will change it on my own. That's the full energy I'm getting from you. That's why you guys are learning how to shift and understand at a mature level, and you are trying to come about situations in a more humble type of way. You don't have to go acting out triggered and crazy and whatever, because we all get called crazy and we all get called whatever when we do that, right? But if you come about it in a mature way, you're actually so satisfied. Yourself is satisfied with the way that you handled it. You won't be out of whack. You won't be out of balance with yourself. You'll know how you handled it. You'll be reassured that you handled it in a good way. You feeling so good about it, anybody else's reaction to that isn't going to affect that satisfaction of yourself. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm getting here. You do have Leo's energy or Chinese your monkey with the 7 of embers. And it could be you are, Gemini monkeys. You got a Leo moons or something, right? The pelican is the emperor in this deck. Okay, number 4. Number 7 and 4 could be specific, 47 or 1974, 1947. I don't know. But either way, Aries energy. So lots of fire, right? With this, it's very... So fire can be a sense of rage, right? When somebody gets angry, they flame, right? But then again, fire can also mean what? Passion. So if you realize that you're passionate about something, you're going to defend that passion in a way that other people really won't be able to take it away from you defending it, right? You won't be acting out in other people's ways of freaking out, losing their whatever, you'll be acting out in a way that you developed for self that works best for you. And that's like a whole taking responsibility with the pelican, with the Aries energy of the emperor. It's just responsible energy, masculine energy. There's structure, there's stability behind what you're doing. There's a foundation being laid down by you. And that's all being shown here. And you're able to defend that foundation because that foundation is so strong. Think of it as like the Great Wall of China. You had a plan. You did it. You stuck it up. Nothing is able to penetrate that. You know what I mean? Nothing can destroy my foundation. Nothing can come in and try to manipulate my foundation. No, nothing can come in and try to make me doubt my foundation because you're so stuck in that way of knowing what you are standing up for is your beliefs. Your belief is what will get you through all of this. But handling the way that you believe something is super important. Okay? I've had to learn this too. So that's why I'm like so on this level with you. I get it. Like, I get it. I mean, as a kid, man, I would freak out, and I'd go absolutely nuts. I was very lucky in my situations, though. That didn't ever, lead me to something totally bad. But then again, there's some things I had to learn for myself and how to really control that, act in a better way, in a better form. But there's still that energy I need to get out, but don't take it out on, the people around you. Find a way to exert that energy in a different way. And some people could be anything if you want to think about it. For me, I used to love to run in the desert, I did all the unsafe things that kids shouldn't do, but I did. I just climbed trees, pretty much almost ate dirt, basically, throw rocks, skip rocks, all the fun things. I love to go with my dad. My dad was a fisher and a hunter, and it's like he would go practice target shooting and all that, and I'd love to go do that, but I wouldn't really be doing the shooting. I would be off wandering around in the desert or in the mountains or wherever we were, and I would love that. That was my thing to do. I would just go out in the desert and run around. I knew there was scorpions. I knew there was rattlesnakes. I knew there was foxes. I knew there was coyotes. I knew there was cougars, mountain lions. I knew that. I knew there was golden eagles. I knew that. I knew there was owls. I knew that. I knew there was strangers. Stranger danger. I knew that. And I still did what I wanted. But either way, I loved being a kid. It was a great time. But I had a lot of anger, and that was a lot of abandonment issues that I've had to work on through a lot of my life. And I'll just be open to admitting it because it's true. It's true. It's very true. There's a lot of where you had felt abandoned. My whole situation could be different than your situation. I'm not trying to make it so you're in the same situation as me. I'm just trying to also kind of familiarize where you guys have been feeling the anger. But what mine was the abandonment. the feeling of not being good enough, really, and having to really just love myself, which is actually a good thing. My experience in life was crazy, and I had to really overcome so many things, but me going through the situations and having to really love myself through those times where nobody would like believe me through things, because I'm very psychic, very clairvoyant. I kind of just know things, and not everybody around me is in that center of empathy. So they aren't like that. They don't see it like that. They're more materialistically, systematically sucked into that kind of stuff. So they didn't believe a lot of the things I would say. They wouldn't believe like my experiences at school. They wouldn't believe like that I did certain things or that I didn't do certain things. My grandma still believes so many things that are wrong about me. Like, that wasn't even true. That's not true. That never happened. Like, I don't know where they come up with this, and it's crazy to me. But the thing is I had to really be the one to love myself through all that, and I had to believe in myself. I knew what I was defending. It was my own belief, and of course I would act out and get mad, and especially if I felt like it was being taken away from something that would really be important to me. I would lose it. Anyways. So I had to learn. I had to go through all those. The Four Lotuses is Cancer, Chinese your sheep, and there's the emotional part. And this is where you guys have been feeling like you've been missing out on opportunities because maybe, you know, setbacks from people trying to project onto you, projections and conditioning of what you really do believe. Your belief is so strong, and it does seem to me like the statue thing. Like, when I talk about the statue for anybody, I don't know if you guys have been here to hear that or not, I'm not sure. But like, when people mold you into being what they want you to be, you become stuck like that. You're not free. You're controlled. So the thing I can say is just to demold all that and come back to being your full self and radiate in a free-willed energy of yourself, knowing what you can do. And basically, like, I've been going over this for quite some time too, maybe not necessarily always with the YouTube channel, but with my personal Instagram. I definitely talk about self-control being the closest version of freedom that we all have. If we lose control of ourselves, other people end up in control of us. So if we want to be as close to freedom as possible, we have to be and learn to be in control of our own self. That is the closest to freedom we'll ever be. So that's something I definitely feel like you guys are going through and trying to accept and learn. And life has been quite mundane with some things. It seems the Four Lotuses, there seems a lot of sadness. It's not like it's the Five of Lotuses, that'd be the Five of Cups. But the Four, it's more like you want something more and you feel like you're missing out on something. The Unknown, this is the Judgment card. And that does make me feel like you are reckoning with yourself with the situation given and at hand at this moment. The Two of Lotuses, you're trying to love what you do more, just like what you do in life. You're trying to give yourself more of that love, like just like I was expressing. This Two of Lotuses is like union, and I feel like the love for self is increasing. You are trying to love yourself more and all the things that you do. It's not about what other people like, because like you got to think about it. Take 5 people in a room and take one person wants to do one decision, and all those 5 people in that room are going to have an opinion about what that person is doing or what they shouldn't do or whatever it may be. And if they were really to be taken away from the own authentic decision that person wanted to do because of those other 5 people, lots of people don't make it because of that reason. But if you love yourself enough and you partner up with yourself, when you do that and you give yourself more, that's like that God consciousness energy. That is you coming to complete union with God. You are connecting with whole self, one individual energy in you, which is going to definitely spark all the other individual energies around you, because that gives that energy of authenticity, and that radiates that frequency, and that helps other people break cycles, other people release the conditioning, other people no longer have to learn or worry about the projections of other individuals or worry about their opinions or input or whatever they have to say about things, and or even somebody giving you the wrong look, it's not even going to bother you. And that's something I feel like you're going to help other people do, which is like you're a helper of breaking cycles. Does that make sense? And you just got to keep loving yourself and loving what you do and loving what you believe. Cancer's energy is heavy. Chinese your sheep with that, never said. So you guys could be Gemini sheep as well. Cancer moon signs even, but the Pathfinder's in the reverse. So this is the time for you to find your own path, be your own pathfinder, and not allow others to derail your path, right? And then also helping other people be their own pathfinders along the way. This is all the energy that you're taking upon to pay attention, know what you do believe in. And just like this Erzuli, okay, she is about rage, but she's raging for the good things. She's wanting to protect mothers and children, right? And then we all believe to protect the mothers and the children. And the thing is like, that's just something she's always believed in. So she's going to do what's right for her to know what it is to take that rage out in a beneficial type of way. Does that make sense? So she was her own pathfinder, regardless of what other people thought about her. But she rescued, saved, was a hero because of her actions, because of her strong beliefs, because of her ability to love herself enough to know those beliefs were worth it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I hope this helped you guys. You are so aware. You hold so much wisdom. I still love you. I am coming through with a message soon. I have to get the way I feel off my chest for you ASAP. Expect something soon. Baby girl, message incoming from a masculine energy. And then we have air sign vibes. Well, we just did Gemini. Libra, Aquarius is energy. Aquarius is tiger, Libra is dog. We're having the full moon in Libra on the 25th of March, so that could be a specific time frame, as we do have Aries up here. We are in Chinese Year Dragon right now. You guys could also be Gemini Dragons. I'm sorry I didn't say that one either, but this message was pretty like in depth, so I had to like stay on track. I express myself differently to you. Something about somebody expresses themselves differently to you. That could be a good thing in a lot of ways. The vulnerability that they feel with you means that you are radiating in a full authentic light. Like your aura is nothing but pure. And that's when people feel very comfortable. So you will definitely know. But I hope this helped. Much love to you. Bye.